not real sure where I left off the other day. Someone came to the door. That seems to keep happening to me. But I've been going through, I ordered a whole bunch of herbal supplements online and stuff, which I've been looking up all this stuff that naturally stops stem cell production for cancer, and I've done all that. A good friend of mine brought me around some rattlesnake medicine, which I'm excited to try, some elemento therapy. And I was doing all this good stuff, and then yesterday what I did was I got out my reports, which I'd read through, but yesterday I read them more thoroughly, and I started Googling some of the things that were on it that I didn't understand, and finding out what they were. And then I made the mistake of typing in metastatic breast cancer in the liver prognosis. And it really wasn't good, It was like apparently one of the worst prognoses you can get. And it scared me because I read one part and it said, without treatment, it would be 4 to 6 months. And I'm like, what? Months? With treatment a year. I'm like, what? No, it can't be. I guess it's the feelings I want to talk about today, because it's like I've been picked up out of one reality and just put into another reality, like a reality where I'm healthy, I'm traveling, everything's great, I'm spiritually better than I've ever been, into this reality of having a life-threatening disease. And I don't want to believe this new reality at all. It reminds me the feeling that I'm really into genealogy and stuff, and in 2019. Yeah, anyway, I did my DNA with Ancestry.com, and when the DNA came back, I had this half-brother. Long story short, I found out that the father who raised me, the one I did not get along with, we had a lot of strife there, wasn't actually my biological father. And when I realised that, it's the same kind of feeling as what's going on. I was picked up out of one reality of my whole life, knowing that this man was my father, thinking that this man was my father, even though I didn't feel like I fit in with him. And into this other reality of having a totally different father. I'm like, well, whose hands are these? And, it was just crazy. And that's what I'm feeling now. It's similar, like these... it's like I've been transported to another dimension suddenly, and trying to come to terms with these feelings. And again, I happened to have my diagnosis on December 22nd, when I got the CT scan back about the liver and the lungs. Of course, everything closed for 2 weeks for Christmas, didn't it? So the hospital's not open. They want me to have a PET scan. They sent me a referral through my GP. He called me up and he said, they've sent me a referral. He has to refer me privately because it wasn't through the hospital. And then I called them up. They said, well, it'll be $750, which is, okay, but they can't do it anyway because they rely on Charlie's to get the stuff they need for the PET scan. So now I've got this waiting period, and I guess it's in this waiting period of knowing what's really going on, because when they do the PET scan, I guess the uptake will show where in my body there's cancer forming or the cancer is or whatever, and then we'll really know what's going on. But yeah, it's a pretty big thing, and it's like, it's how do you come to terms with it? Like, am I dying? Am I not dying? And then bring it back today. I'm okay today. Now I'm having thoughts like, well, if that 4 to 6 months was true, what would I want to do for the last 4 to 6 months of my life? I'm like, well, okay, I've always wanted to make a music album. I've never done that. That's always been important to me. It's always been one I put off because I'm too afraid, or I'm not good enough, and all those things. Maybe I should just jump in there and start seeing if I can do that, because I got the stuff in the lungs as well. What if I can't breathe and sing anymore. Anyway, there's so many things, so much I'm going through at the moment. And just the powerlessness has hit me. Like, I can do, like, I'm juice fasting at the moment. I've got all these amazing supplements coming in. I've looked up everything. But none of that. I'm really powerless over this. Miracles do happen. I could be totally cleared of this by maybe just the rattlesnake medicine. Could be totally clear of it. They might do the PET scan and go, oh, there's nothing there. That could happen. Or they could do the PET scan and go, well, you better get your things in order, So I don't know. It's the uncertainty of it all, this waiting game. And, yeah, I don't like the waiting part. I remember last one of the breasts and the ovarian thing, I got their diagnosis and now I seem to have to wait again. So there must be a reason for this waiting. I want to listen to a lot of positive stuff today. I'm not going to go online and look up liver metastasis, whatever. I'm not going to look up that today. Though I did see that apparently if they can do surgery on it, there's a much better survival rate on the liver, that is. I've only got one tumour in there right now that showed up on the CT scan anyway. So I might be operable, but again, that depends on the doctors. And the doctors, the multidisciplinary team, will have, I've got lungs and liver and breast, and who knows what their plan's going to be, I don't want to do the chemo, I've said that before. So we have to see how this all unfolds. We have to see how it all unfolds, thinking of my kids. More than anything, I'd like to spend time with my kids. And, my daughter, they've all got their own lives and they're all busy, and my daughter's doing things, and, I wouldn't say to them, hey, I might be dying, because I'm like really positive, like, don't worry, I've got this and it's going to be okay. But is it? Is it going to be okay? And then resentment comes up too. It's like, why has my life been so hard? And then I go, oh, it hasn't been. I've had a good life, but I've had to struggle through long-term drug addiction that I finally got through, because it just took me a long, long time. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for a great portion of my life, and I've still got to deal, on a daily basis with staying clean from that. And then, I think what I need to do is just not jump into the future too much and just sit with what's going on today. I might go and listen to one of those heal yourself cancer meditation or something. We're so powerful. The things we think are so powerful, I believe look at me. I don't feel, besides being very fatigued and waking up with strange pains, besides that, I'm fine. I'm in a better place in my life than I've ever been. All the spiritual work I've done, everything that I've done, I'm in a really good place to be able to give back to other people through my own experiences, with being such an unhappy person growing up to being a totally fulfilled, seeing the beauty and being so grateful for everything person. My life is really good. And I'm not afraid of dying, but I do have FOMO, fear of missing out on things in life. My two boys, I'm not very close to them at the moment, and that's their choosing. They're just doing their own lives. But I miss that. I especially miss my youngest son. I miss all my kids, I remember once when I was living in Balinger, I had the 3 kids. This is an old farmhouse. It was hot. There was no air conditioning. I had 2 kids a year apart, so I had 2 babies. One, I was pregnant when we moved there, and then one was like really, a newborn baby, and my daughter was 1 year old. My husband was hardly ever there because he had things to do. And I remember one morning waking up in the bed there when things were so hard, and I had this vision of being older and I was actually standing on a cruise ship, so maybe I'm going to go on a cruise yet, you never know. Standing on this ship thinking back to that day and thinking, that was the best time in my life. And at that particular moment in time, when I was just like, everything was so hard, it was hot, I had 2 babies, one on the breast, one a year old crawling on tables, another one 6 years old just starting school, didn't have a car. It was all very, very difficult. I was thinking, how could I ever think this was a good time in my life? But you know, it was. My babies were little, they were beautiful, beautiful kids. They loved me to pieces, and that's probably what I miss more than anything, is having someone love me that much, you know, like my children did. I do have beautiful people in my life that love me, I really do. But I miss my kids, you know, and I don't want to die without being close to them again, you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and I'm willing to hand my will, my life over to God as I understand Him. I say as I understand Him because God is amazing, amazing, universal, beautiful thing. And God's got this, not me. I am powerless over this, totally powerlessness is what I'm feeling at the moment. So I've just got to let it go and give it up and let the universe unfold the way it's meant to, you know. And it's going to be an interesting journey. So I just wanted to get some feelings down today. This is December 29th, 2023. And I was diagnosed on the 22nd with all this stuff. So it's only been a week to have actually known the extent of what I'm going through. So it's going to be an interesting January. Can't wait to fill you all in. Wish I could watch it now. All right. Namaste. I'll give you a gong to go out on. My beautiful gong.